Hey y'all, this is Destiny from Destiny's Diamonds checking in with today's podcast. As always, I would like to say welcome family and say hello to anybody is new. Who's new? We don't know where you've been, but welcome anyway. So this is the first. I'm doing a actual YouTube video version of my podcast, which is really awkward for me. I don't mind talking, but it's really different to like look at myself and record at the same time. So bear with me. But you know I gotta pay the bills before I do anything else. So first I have to thank my sponsors, but we have a new sponsor we just added a few hours ago. So let's get this bill paying underway. So first we have Kisses by Shelly, my absolute favorite freaking lip gloss in the world. Look what I found, y'all. This is one of Shelton's like original colors. I don't even know if she still makes this one, but this is one of my favorites. Maybe I can get her to bring it back. If you're looking for some gloss, let me know. I do have about 10 or so left that Shelton gave to me. So let me know if you're looking for a gloss. Then of course, you know, we have Leisha, our up and coming braider. Make sure you check her out for buns, ponytails, braids, feed-ins, all of that great stuff, and give her all of the support. And then, of course, you know, we have my best friend, Tiana Nate. She has 2 YouTube videos that have gone up that I have not seen because I've been without Wi-Fi at home, but it's finally fixed. So, best friend, I'm catching up. And then, of course, we have Real Crown Extensions. I'm 4 weeks in, and I'm still absolutely in love. My hair is a little damp from earlier, but you can still tell that the quality of the hair is great. Curl pattern is great. I added a little bit of detangler to it to see if that would help. I had some shedding going on because it was tangled, but I think this detangler might solve my problems. I'll let y'all know on my 4 week check-in, but not right now. But yeah, Royal Crown extensions on the hair, and then now we have Simply Susie Creations. She makes distressed t-shirts, hoodies, all of that. Like I already posted her on my Snap. I already posted her on my Instagram. So make sure you check out Simply Susie's Creations and let her know that Destiny sent you. Now, on to today's topic. So today I want to take some time to talk about this concept of filter. And when I say filter, what I really mean is filtering what we allow into our lives and filtering the things that we allow ourselves to consume, the things that we allow ourselves to see, the things that we allow ourselves to engage in. So, quite often in life, right, especially with social media, all that we are required to do, especially as adults, even young people, y'all got a lot on y'all plate. But we like are consumers of so much and so many things at so many points during our day. Like, right, we might be working and on social media and building a brand and being a parent and being a wife, being a girlfriend, being a boyfriend, whatever, right? So we are constantly consuming all of these different things, and in the process or in this time of consumption, like we don't necessarily have a filter, and we can get overwhelmed, right? We can feel like we've done too much or we've taken in too much. And so I'm here today to tell you that you need to put a filter on your life. You need to put a filter on the things in which you encounter. You need to put a filter on the things that you allow yourself to consume, be it family, be it friends, be it social media, so that you can be a happy and healthier version of yourself. And so you're going to say a filter, like, what do you mean? Like, I don't necessarily mean disconnect from social media, because you wouldn't be watching me if you disconnected. But what I mean is, you know, put some governors, put some rules and some parameters around what you allow yourself to consume, what you allow yourself to deal with, be it social media, be it family. Put some filters on things so that you can protect yourself and protect your peace and preserve yourself so that you can continue to be the happy and healthy version of yourself. You don't necessarily have to consume all of the things that are thrown at you. You don't necessarily have to comment or have to agree or disagree or engage in a conversation or engage in whatever with someone just because it's been put in front of you, just because it's been put on your plate, if you will. You don't have to necessarily engage in that. And so when we talk about a filter, that's what I'm speaking of. And I'm speaking of this concept because it is something that I realized over this weekend as I've begun to be reflective on some experiences that I've been dealing with my son in school and some changes that I don't like in my own personal life. I've like decided like I'm only going to accept these things. And with me only accepting these things, the rest of the things come with a parameter. They now come with a filter. Like I'm going to take it or I'm not going to take it. I'm going to address it or I'm not going to address it. And sometimes people have this concept where they feel like, oh, if you don't address something, like um you're against confrontation or you don't want to discuss it because you're scary. Like, you don't have to address everything. You can put a filter on something and then be like, nah, I'm straight. I don't want to deal with that anymore. Or I don't want to address that no more. That doesn't mean that you're against confrontation. It doesn't mean that you're even against reprieve. It just means that right now, in this time and in this place, I'm filtering myself so that I don't accept any negativity. People forget how much we have on our plate. And people forget that at all times we cannot necessarily take on other people's needs. We cannot necessarily take on other people's negativity. And so you need that filter. You really, really need that filter to provide a safe space for yourself and a safe mental, excuse me, I'm still getting on my cold. But you need that filter to provide a safe space for self. Like, I don't know why with the growing, I guess, or the onstart of social media and YouTube videos and Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook that people felt like we had to consume everybody's business. Like, I'm not interested in necessarily everybody's business when I consume on social media, when I interact on social media. I am there to support those brands who support me. I am there to look for inspiration. I am there to look for entertainment. Like, I'm not against, looking at something that's funny or entertaining. But as a consumer of social media, like, I put a filter on the things that I accept. Because when I accept certain things, I needed to be a positive contribution to my mental space, right? I was watching this study, and I think I mentioned it on another podcast, but some time ago on Channel 2 News, they were talking about how social media can be negative for women because when we are on social media as women, right, we see all of these perfect women with these perfect bodies and the perfect hair and the perfect families, right? And then we begin to look at that and we begin to think of it as a shortcoming, like that we've fallen short in somewhere or that we don't have something that we're supposed to have. And like I too have fallen victim to that. And I say that to say, like, that's why we need a governor and a filter on the things that we allow in our lives so that we don't put ourselves in a predicament and in a mental space where we compare or feel like we lack something because of someone else. Or we feel like we're not good enough because of someone else. Because one thing that I've learned about the internet and I've learned about just kind of getting out here and being on social media, like, people put on a front. And so what a person puts out there on social media, what a person says on social media is not necessarily who they are. And so the front that they put on is to give or to paint whatever picture they need to paint. Like, and it doesn't have anything to do necessarily with the truth. So I say that to say, put a filter on things that you consume, put a filter on things that you engage in so that you can protect yourself and you can protect your mental space. I swear, so many young women are struggling with finding themselves and struggling with depression and struggling with, thoughts of negative behaviors and or negative interactions. They're dealing, or coping with their problems using other things because they get on social media and little do they know that girl that has the perfect hair or the perfect body is impacting how they view themselves. And so then in turn, they wind up with a mental issue or with a mental concern, right? Their mental health has been affected because they are comparing themselves to someone else. And you don't have to do that. That's not a necessary component of your life. You don't have to accept that. You can put up a filter, you can put up a governor and say, look, no, I can't take that. I can't deal with this or I can't deal with that. And I had to stop following people who on social media who all they talked about was money and all they talked about is what they wore or the brands that they wore. Like, I had to stop doing that because I put myself in a place of comparison, and that's not necessarily where I wanted to be. Like, I have things about myself that are great, and so I don't want to put myself in a predicament in which I am trying to figure out if I measure up, if I'm worthy enough of things, because I might not wear all designer all the time, or I might not have all of the money that I want to have all of the time. And so what I'm saying to you today is, when you focus on yourself and you think about yourself, think about how you can put a filter on those things in your life, especially on social media. How can you put a filter on those things in your life and social media and those people in your life so that you can put yourselves in a better predicament, both physically, both mentally, but most importantly, like, mentally and emotionally. You deserve to be okay, and you deserve the right to care for self. And so today, when you focus on you, when you start your day, when you watch this video, think about how you can add that filter to your life and to your day so that you can be a better version of yourself. So before I sign out, I know y'all peeking at this shirt. Look at this shirt, y'all. It says, "You're pretty to be dark skinned." Nah, I'm just pretty. So this is a brand. This girl that I went to college with, she started a brand, and this is her shirt. And yeah, I know somebody gonna be like, "You're not dark skinned." I don't care. I just support the messaging. Tell her to get at me for this promo, y'all, because I absolutely freaking love this shirt, and I want y'all to know where to get it from, but only if you know through me. And this is Destiny, and I'm signing out with today's Daily Diamond. I'll see you guys tomorrow.